What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another show. And I got my co host over here, my girl Renee. Y'all know who she is. Y'all know she's been with me forever. And I ain't talking about my other friend, Miss E, who, y'all know. But anyway, we're here with an important topic today. And if you guys don't know, y'all know I do a lot of gaming. Y'all know I'm known for gaming. So I was watching the treehouse for the Nintendo Switch 2 that was recently announced on Tuesday, and the prices and stuff were announced, and a lot of people are very very distraught because the whole thing is the Nintendo Switch, the original was like 200 and something dollars, but now the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out is $499. Now that's not the problem. The problem is the games right now are like 50 to $60, but now the Nintendo Switch 2, if you download a game onto the system, it's $80. If you go and buy a physical copy, that is $90. And people are so upset. Now, in the treehouse yesterday, you had a lot of people, not boycotting, but saying drop the prices. And this was going through the whole entire live stream yesterday. So I got on the phone and I called my girl. I'm like, look, we need to talk about this because this is, people are sitting here like, y'all are asking us to pay all this money. We want it, but you guys, why are y'all making us pay $500 and plus $80 for a download and $90 for a cartridge? So my thing is, I was saying that it was due to inflation, but you got a lot of people saying it's not, which they were saying Nintendo is greedy. Now, I want to pose this to my friend because she's the business expert. So, what are your thoughts?
Well, let me just say, okay, y'all. Well, at the end of the day, I understand what's going on. We know that Trump uh, has raised tariffs, and now that is going to be a big deal when it comes to how products and no matter what you buy is going to be an increase in. It's going to affect how businesses work. So at the end of the day, you look at Nintendo, you got to look at the prices of the products, how much money they have to put in for the items to be made. And then how can they get that money back? Because normally they have somebody who makes the games. They even the people who have a hand in designing. I know with The Sims 2 particularly, they have a bunch of people who put together their idea of what the game should be like to make it better than it was before. You got to pay those people too. They're not just going to sit there and work for free on top of the basically the hardware. We don't know how much it's going to cost for these brands to bring in these products and sell them to you guys as a consumer. And if Trump says the tariffs are going to go up, it's going to cause a ripple effect where you will pay higher, but the products that were actually I don't really know what Nintendo price. I heard that they do sometimes kind of like price gouge a little bit when it comes to certain things, but I do believe that this is necessary right now because of the type of government that we're in. If they want to make that money, and we don't even know if Nintendo Switch is actually going to be a win or a fail. Like everybody's not going to buy it. Some people like to wait later before they actually purchase the item. That could be around Christmas or a year later because they like to wait for the prices to go down naturally. So there's a lot of things we could look at, Kenny, with that.
Well, see, with me, I'm one of those people that like to wait because I didn't get my Nintendo Switch when it first came out. I waited probably like a year because I think it came out in 2016, and then I end up getting mine in 2018. And when I got mine, it was there was still not a lot of games on it because see, I get it for Pokemon, and because it was a handheld game, but now they put it on the Switch, so I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna have my fun with it, and I actually like it. And the Nintendo Switch 2 looks really, really good. They put a lot of work into this. The controllers got magnets. The original, they just got clamps on the side. Now, this one, you got magnets, and then they have a whole tutorial to show you how to use it. The dot looks better. If I had a picture of if I could have brought my old Nintendo Switch in here, I would have showed y'all. But the picture of the new Nintendo Switch 2 is gorgeous, And like I said, I did expect it was going to be a little bit more, but I did not expect for those games to be like $80 and $90 because PlayStation 5 came out. You have a $4.99 version and a $5.99 version. We're still paying the same price for the games. The games were like $59, $60. So we're still paying the same price. That's why I'm saying, like, Nintendo, what the hell is going on? Because you got people who want to buy these games. You got people that want to, give you their money, but yet they're not going to be stupid enough to go out here and pay no 90 damn dollars for no damn game.
Now,
Now,
can I ask you a question as far
go
as with
ahead.
the other game system you mentioned?
Hmm.
What is the actual when did they start actually pushing that product out? Because I'm pretty sure when they pushed the product out, was it in the same time that we're in right now where the prices were raised with Trump raising tariffs?
Well, Trump was in office when the PlayStation 2 was announced, but we was going through COVID at that point.
Right.
And when it was going through COVID, they actually came out and said they was gonna, because it came out, they pre-ordered it and they released the pre-order in September of 2020. In 2020. Now they told us that you'll be able to pre-order it right after the live stream.
But at the end of the day, the 2020 year, we didn't
Hmm.
have a tariff increase like we did right now. So that
No,
that
we
would
didn't have.
I'm pretty sure if they come out with another game system like that from another company, it would be definitely higher right now.
Well, I mean, at that point, they didn't have any systems because it
Right.
was COVID,
Hmm.
so the prices did not go up, but they could not make any. And it is kind of different. You're right. It is kind of different because if you look at it, COVID, they didn't have no components or anything because the world was shut down.
Right.
Here, Nintendo is just being greedy, and then the tariffs as well. You
Well,
know,
I wouldn't say necessarily they're being greedy. I do believe that sometimes they do price gouge. I'm not gonna lie because I've
hmm
seen some stuff and I'm like, y'all know. However, in this particular case, I think it's survival because they like, man, Trump, what the heck are you doing? You
was
know?
the funny thing is you got he put tariffs on Japan for some reason. I don't know why.
Hmm.
It was only 10%, 10%, and that's still a lot. That's still a
Hmm.
lot of money. I said this. I had said this when the election was coming around. I said, if this man get back in office, you guys best to be believe that your game systems are going to go up because PlayStation 5 was PlayStation 6. They've already said when that comes out, if these tariffs are still in place, that's gonna be $1,000 for a game system.
Yeah.
God knows how much the cartridges, I mean the disc are gonna be. That's gonna be probably like $90 just as well as these.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So my thing is, you got game and me, I'm gonna get the Nintendo Switch too because I'm a gamer and I do content,
Right.
on gaming. So I have to get it so I can show you guys what the gaming and stuff is gonna be.
Hmm.
But to my friend over here, before we wrap it up,
Hmm.
what do you see these prices going down anytime soon?
I don't. I actually think within the next few years, Kenny, it's gonna be crazy out here. You understand? I mean, Trump has really put his foot down and he believes in what he believes and he's like, look, this is what we got to do. He's even putting the tariffs on the penguins, child. So we already know he mean business. He mean business, y'all. This man mean business. Okay. So y'all gamers out here. But I'm gonna tell you what I will say for gamers though, Kenny. Real talk. Real all jokes aside. I think at this point, if you were to get this game system right now, you're a gamer for those of who are watching you guys and saying, "Man, I need to know if this even actually," because I'm a product reviewer, so this is what we normally do. We buy the product so you can see it and know before you buy it. So by you being a gamer, you can say, "Hey, look, Renee may have brought it. I brought it. I'm playing it, but I'm showing you guys, is it worth it?" Because a lot of people are going to come to you guys as creators saying, "I need to know if it's worth me putting that much money into getting a system. Show me, Kenny, what this thing is all about. Show me how this thing is make me a believer of why I need to either get it now or should I wait?" That's going to be really a great thing for creators who are gamers right now. For you guys who are watching on Kenny's channel, if you guys want a game and you want to make money, this is going to be in the algorithm because everybody's in an uproar about Nintendo Switch 2, and they're going to say, "Well, hell, should I buy this or not? I need to go see Kenny's video to find out if this thing is actually
Mm.
worth what they say it's worth." You know?
Be- because from looking at the graphics and looking at the treehouse yesterday, Oh my god, the graphics are amazing. The
Uh-huh.
graphic, I mean, the gameplay looks so good, and I'm just sitting here like, man, I cannot wait to play Mario Kart World because I mean, it is so much 3D onto it, and I mean, it is clean. It
Yes.
is a I think they say is running in 120 FP if I'm saying it
Oh,
correct.
wow. Okay.
It is I mean the hard drive, the graphics cards are so improved. I'm gonna try to see if I can put some clips up of what the games look like at the end so you guys
Right.
can actually see. But I'm telling you, this game is gonna be good, but people are saying drop the prices.
Hmm.
I'm one of them when it comes to the cartridge. I mean, come to the cartridges, the games, yes. But I kind of expected for the Nintendo Switch 2 to be $500,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be forking it over so I can bring it to you guys. But will I get it in June 5th? I don't know.
Well,
But
well,
that's
okay.
too
The manufacturers of the Nintendo Switch 2, who are the manufacturers of who actually puts the
Japan.
hardware? Japan. And the thing is, we
Hmm.
got to talk about Japan on my channel too a little bit today because I got something that I saw on them as well. But I will say this, Kenny, Japan ain't had a great China and Japan. I would say both of you guys had a run in with the president, and he's saying, look, we need to have more American made things. And so, Kenny, that does make sense that Nintendo would have to do something because hell, I mean, you don't even know how much it costs for these products to be made. You
Well,
understand? We
we
don't really know the production part of it all.
Well, we do have Nintendo of America, which is based in California. So we do have and what they do is they're basically here to not mass produce. Japan makes the games, makes the
Right.
systems and the games. They send them to us in America for Nintendo of America to distribute. So
Right,
when
but the people who are actually putting that hardware and everything into the game and creating it, it's a difference. They have to still we don't even know where Japan is actually getting the other parts for the game console. That those things I can imagine the price is going up if still all these things that we use to put into one product, it has went up dramatically. So they're going to have to pay more to get it to them, and then they got to say, well, dang, how can we make our money back? Because we're going to be in the hole if we can't get money back from making the products. Trump has really put a lot of people in a bad spot, with that. So I kind of have compassion for Nintendo in this sense because a lot of times the consumers don't understand. They just think that everybody is just trying to monopolize, and that's not necessarily the case. But everybody does have to make money. You can't expect Nintendo to make a product and they spend over $1 million on the product and then give it to you for $20 a pop. That ain't gonna work. You know.
and that's a thing because see, Nintendo, they usually release games during the holiday season. Now this is the kicker. Now
Mhm.
they're gonna let us upgrade games that we have on the Nintendo Switch, the regular.
Right.
We got to get game cards to upgrade. Now, I suspect most of them would be about like $10 to $20
Right.
because I had to do that for Grand Theft Auto on my PlayStation. I had to pay $10 to upgrade it from the PlayStation 4 version to the PlayStation 5.
Right.
Not That's not necessarily expensive. I got like four games that I want to upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2. That's probably
Mhm.
going to be like $50 to $60, which I don't care.
Mhm.
But when it comes to me going out physically, and I like buying physical disc and cartridges, when you go out to buy that, they were even saying, some of the content creators were saying, when you put the cartridge in, that's only giving you permission to download the game. You still need to. It was something they were saying like you still had to buy the downloaded version to complete it or something like that, but
Mhm.
I don't know if that's completely true because why
Right.
would they have you spending $90 for a game,
Yeah.
for a physical copy when you can just download it for 80? But my thing is I'm thinking that people are going to still fork out the money, but
Uh-huh.
this could be something that's gonna be a boycott for Nintendo for the
Yeah.
first time
Yeah.
because a lot of people's like bring the prices down. What I said I was gonna do is just get the Nintendo Switch version upgraded and keep moving
Right.
because
It
that's gonna
it
be
makes
still
sense.
cheaper.
Yeah, it makes sense. A
Hmm.
lot of people wouldn't. I mean, I was always one that waited for the next hottest game, especially if I didn't want to fork out all that money for work. And I sometimes I had no choice. My parents was like, I ain't doing it. You gonna have to wait for this thing to go down some. Now Christmas time is different, but I do believe even Christmas is gonna be different, Kenny, with the
Mm-hmm.
sale of products. We're gonna have a time
Yeah.
uh with what's going on today. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just say because thank God Pokemon doesn't come out till next year, so I still got time. But I'm still gonna get my Nintendo Switch 2 so I can bring it to you guys. I want to thank my girl Renee for coming over here, gracing us with her presence. Even though she doesn't do gaming, but she does do Sims, so
I
she
do
will be here.
Sims. I'm a Sims player. So if it was Sims, I would have sold probably my left kidney for the Sims, y'all. Just saying.
But she will be she will be here showing off Sims on the channel as well. So
Yes.
be sure to come and watch her with that. But until then, guys, this your boy Kenny. This is my girl Renee. Make sure y'all check her out on all platforms. And until then, we will see you guys later.
Later.